Welcome, critters! Are you ready to deep dive into one of the most anticipated games of the year? Black Myth: Wukong. If you're a fan of epic action RPGs, you won't want to miss this. So whether you're wondering if this game lives up to the hype, or if it's worth your time, stick around because by the end of this video, you'll have all the answers you need. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content like this. Let's get started. The visual splendor of Black Myth: Wukong. Black Myth: Wukong is a visual masterpiece, and that's no exaggeration. Built on Unreal Engine 5, the game boasts some of the most breathtaking graphics we've ever seen in an action RPG. Imagine walking through lush, vibrant forests with every leaf and tree rendered in stunning detail, or traversing a sun-scorched desert where the sand dunes shift and shimmer in the heat. These aren't just backdrops, they're immersive environments that pull you into the world of Wukong. The attention to detail is nothing short of incredible, and it's clear that game science has poured their heart and soul into creating a visually stunning experience. But it's not just about pretty landscapes. The character models, especially that of the protagonist, the Destined One, are meticulously crafted. Every furrow, every wrinkle, every piece of armor tells a story. When you're in combat, the way your staff swings through the air, the sparks that fly when metal meets metal, it all feels incredibly real. However, this level of detail comes at a cost. If you're not running top-tier hardware, you might have to dial down the settings, which could diminish some of that visual splendor. But even then, Black Myth: Wukong remains one of the best-looking games of 2024. Combat mechanics, a dance of power and precision. Now, let's talk about the combat mechanics, because this is where Black Myth: Wukong truly shines. The game's combat is fast-paced, fluid, and incredibly satisfying. You, as the Destined One, wield a versatile staff that can switch between three main stances: smash, pillar, and thrust. Each stance offers a different style of play, catering to a variety of combat situations. For instance, the smash stance is all about heavy, overhead strikes that deal massive damage, while the pillar stance allows you to evade ground attacks by launching yourself into the air. And then there's the thrust stance, which is perfect for those who prefer quick, piercing strikes. But that's not all. The game also incorporates a deep spell system that lets you freeze enemies in place, summon clones of yourself, or even transform into powerful creatures with unique abilities. These spells aren't just flashy, they're essential to mastering the game's combat. Timing is everything, and knowing when to dodge, when to strike, and when to unleash a spell can mean the difference between victory and defeat. And let's not forget about the game's boss battles. These encounters are intense, multi-phased fights that will test your skills to the limit. But don't worry, the game offers plenty of opportunities to level up, customize your build, and prepare for these epic showdowns. Exploration and world interaction. A world full of secrets. Black Myth: Wukong offers more than just linear combat. It's a game rich in exploration. As the Destined One, you'll traverse a world teeming with secrets, hidden paths, and side quests that can drastically affect your journey. Unlike some action RPGs that confine you to a strict path, Black Myth: Wukong encourages you to venture off the beaten track. Whether you're uncovering hidden treasures or encountering unexpected challenges, the game rewards curiosity. Each area is packed with environmental storytelling, making exploration just as thrilling as the combat. The game's world is not only vast, but also intricately designed, ensuring that every corner has something valuable to offer. Progression and customization. Crafting your Wukong. Progression in Black Myth: Wukong is deeply tied to how you choose to develop your character. The game features a flexible skill tree that allows you to tailor your abilities to fit your preferred playstyle. Whether you want to focus on enhancing your melee combat, upgrading your spells, or becoming a master of transformation, the choice is yours. The game also offers a robust system for upgrading your gear and weapons, ensuring that your character evolves as you progress through the story. This level of customization adds depth to the gameplay, allowing you to create a Wukong that feels uniquely yours. Combat pacing and strategy, balancing aggression with caution. In Black Myth Wukong, combat isn't just about button mashing or relying on a single strategy. The game encourages players to think tactically, balancing aggression with caution. Each enemy, from the lowliest grunt to the mightiest boss, has its own attack patterns and weaknesses. Understanding these is key to success. The game's pacing forces you to be mindful of your surroundings and adapt to different combat scenarios. Whether you're facing multiple foes at once or engaging in a one-on-one duel, the game rewards patience and precision. Mastering the ebb and flow of combat, when to strike, when to dodge, and when to unleash your most powerful abilities is crucial to overcoming the game's challenges. Boss fights, epic showdowns that test your skills. The boss fights in Black Myth Wukong are some of the most memorable aspects of the game. Each boss encounter is a multi-phase battle that tests every skill you've honed throughout the game. These aren't just larger-than-life enemies, they are carefully designed challenges that require you to learn their patterns, exploit their weaknesses, and use every tool at your disposal. The game's flexible combat system shines in these moments, allowing you to experiment with different strategies and builds to find the best approach. From giant mythological creatures to cunning warriors, each boss fight is a unique experience that pushes you to the limits of your abilities. The Story and Mythology: A Journey into the East. The story of Black Myth Wukong is deeply rooted in Chinese mythology, specifically the tale of Journey to the West. This isn't just a backdrop, it's the heart and soul of the game. You play as the Destined One, a character inspired by the legendary Monkey King, Sun Wukong. The narrative is rich with references to ancient Chinese legends, and the game does an exceptional job of weaving these elements into its story and gameplay. As you progress through the game, you'll encounter a host of mythological figures and creatures, each with their own unique backstory and motivations. These aren't just enemies to defeat, they're integral parts of the world's lore. The game's narrative is delivered through beautifully crafted cutscenes, in-game dialogue, and environmental storytelling, all of which help to immerse you in its mythological world. If you're a fan of Chinese mythology, you're going to love the depth and authenticity that Black Myth Wukong brings to the table. Performance and technical issues: a mixed bag. While Black Myth Wukong excels in many areas, it's not without its flaws. One of the most significant issues players have encountered is the game's performance, particularly on PCs that don't meet the recommended specifications. If you're running anything less than a high-end rig, you might experience stuttering frame rates, crashes, and long load times. These technical hiccups can be especially frustrating during critical combat encounters where smooth performance is essential. However, it's worth noting that Game Science has been actively working on patches and updates to address these issues. While the game's launch may have been a bit rocky, the developers are committed to improving the experience for all players. If you're on the fence about purchasing the game due to these technical concerns, it might be worth waiting for a few more updates before diving in. Community and developer support: an evolving experience. One of the most encouraging aspects of Black Myth Wukong is the active support from both the community and the developers. Since its release, the game has garnered a passionate fan base, and Game Science has been highly responsive to player feedback. Whether it's balancing issues, bug fixes, or quality of life improvements, the developers have shown a strong commitment to making Black Myth Wukong the best game it can be. This level of support is crucial for a game that is as ambitious and complex as Black Myth Wukong. It's clear that Game Science sees this game as more than just a product. They see it as a living, evolving experience, and that's something that should give players confidence in the game's future. So, to recap, Black Myth Wukong is a visually stunning, combat-heavy action RPG that's deeply rooted in Chinese mythology. While it has its share of technical issues, the game's strength far outweighs its weaknesses. If you're a fan of action RPGs or have an interest in Chinese mythology, this game is definitely worth your time. Just be prepared for a few bumps along the way. If you enjoyed this review, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and click the link on the screen to check out our latest video. Until then, keep gaming and see you next time, Gritters!